Hello, Wildcats. This is Amy. This is Principal Rendon. Okay, end of year checkout process will be the following. This is going to be a lot of information, so I will try to go slow and be as clear and concise in the information that I'm providing. The end of year checkout process will be the following. We must ensure that we clean and organize bookshelves, desks, closets, and overall classroom. Boxes with personal items should be labeled with your room number and stacked either on countertops or on laminate flooring to make it easier for cleaning. All walls must be clean. Remove staples from all walls. The only thing that can be left on the walls is butcher paper with borders and or learning posters if you are staying in the same classroom next school year. I created an end of year checkout 1920 folder in which you're able to access the folder online. So I'll go ahead and go through the end of year checkout folder. So give me just a second while I stop sharing my screen and I pull up the folder itself. In the folder itself, it's going to include the Whittier social distancing and end of year checkout schedule. So you can sign up starting Tuesday, May 5th, all the way up to May 21st. Again, this is the link where you will have to sign in to be able to be at school and do the end of year checkout. Also, you will find the end of year reference guide that will give you more information, such as the information above and more regarding benchmark advanced materials and any other materials you have in your classroom. It also has a sign out checklist, which also is the checklist that provides you more information and signatures that you will have to receive as you're signing out the week of May 18th. And again, I'll dig in a little bit deeper with that information. As well, we have the classroom end of year inventory list. This includes benchmark advanced, the mobile furniture inventory list. So I'll go ahead and go directly to the folder and I'll stop sharing my screen. That way I'm able to share my screen on the Google folder. So I'll click on this. I'll stop sharing my screen. I'll share it once again as it has pulled up the end of year. If you notice, it says it here, end of year checkout 19 through 20. And in the end of year checkout folder, Google folder, you will see the end of year reference guide, end of year inventory, the sign out checklist where you'll get signatures, collect signatures from some of us. And also you'll have the Whittier social distancing and checkout schedule. I'll go ahead and log on to this one first. You will open it with Google Sheets. And as you open this document, you will notice that it has the dates on the top. Monday, May 4th, it's closed, but we'll start Tuesday, May 5th, all the way into Friday, May 8th. If you notice also the times allocations are 7:30 through 11:30 and also 11:30 through 3:30. And this is to ensure that we are keeping safe and we're following the CDC guidelines. Notice there are 1 through 8 visitors at a time there at Whittier. Just ensure that you are signing up before you head to campus. If you will not use the full 4 hours, please notate by your name the time you will be on campus to allow others to sign up, please. Again, if you're not planning on being there the full 4 hours, just here on the side, you can put your name. Amy will be on campus from 8 to 9. That allows others to be present whenever outside of that time as well. And they can, you can put your name here beside me. So if I said Amy will be on campus from 8 to 9, maybe Marla will be on campus from 9 to 11:30. Again, this will help us to give more opportunity for others. I'll go ahead and delete that. If I scroll down on this same document, you will see that the following week is there. Monday, May 11th through Friday, May 15th. Same time allocations, same if you will not be using the full 4 hours, make sure that you allocate the time frame that you will be there with your name. If you continue to scroll down, now we get into May 18th, the last week of school. If you notice, there are instructions. This week, Mrs. Chamberlain, Mr. Short, and Principal Rendon will be on campus to finalize end of year checkout. If you will not use the full 4 hours, please notate by your name. You will be the time that you will be on campus to allow others to sign up. Here on Monday, Principal Rendon will be on campus checking out classrooms and doing your full checkout. Tuesdays, we have Mr. Short. Then we have Wednesday, Ms. Chamberlain again. And then on Thursday, the last day, I will be there on campus as well, checking out. So know that we will be here this day to be able to do the full checkout. What you also want to take in mind is that we have here on the bottom, May 4th through May 21st, which is our social distancing checkout schedule. But also here on the bottom, it says end of year checkout sign up. So you'll click on there. And if you have a time allocated, for example, if I said that Amy will come on campus to do checkout from 7:30 to 11:30, then I will go ahead and go on May 18th and I will sign up for one of these times. If I would like to sign up for the 10 a.m., I will put my name and my room number, front office. And so that tells me that that Principal Rendon will come to Amy's room to do a checkout with her. So we will come to you. Again, please ensure that you are updating this document, put in your name, and also you do the sign up in here for the specific time that we will be doing the checkout. I will go ahead and remove that from there. But if you notice, this is May 18th, Monday. This is May 19th, Tuesday with Mr. Short. His phone number is there in case you have any questions, and mine is there as well. May 20th with Ms. Chamberlain, and her phone number is there also. And then end of year checkout, May 21st with me again, and my phone number is there. Again, just want to make sure that I went through this document. In case there are any questions, please feel free to document those questions and share those with me during our staff meeting. I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen just to ensure that I'm able to log on to the next screen. So now we come back to our next screen, which will be the PowerPoint, where I will give you the next, I will not give you, but I will go ahead and share my screen with the end of year reference guide, the sign out checklist, and the end of year inventory. So I'll go ahead and go back to my internet account to pull up those documents, and I'll continue to share my screen. In the same folder where I had the Whittier social distancing schedule, I also have the end of year reference guide, end of year inventory, and the sign out checklist. If I click on the end of year reference guide, it'll pull up the reference guide to give me all the information that I need. Any audio visual equipment and media center need to go to the media center with Ms. Sheck. Please make sure that you turn in anything that has to do with the audio visual equipment and with the media center, especially our books. We need to ensure that we check in our books because we need to inventory those. We collected most student laptops. If there are any student laptops left in your classroom, please make sure that you bring them downstairs to the media center in a box labeled with your name. That way we ensure we know where these laptops did come from. In addition to that, library books placed in a box labeled with teacher's name to be checked in and inventoried. Please ensure that we are doing this prior to May 15th. So when May 18th begins, Ms. Sheck has the opportunity to check those in and inventory into our media center. Your document cameras will be collected. Please ensure that you label it with your name and your room number. If you will be a returning staff member, to ensure that we deliver that document camera, we check out that document camera back to you in the beginning of next school year. And please ensure that you do this by May 20th. Again, put everything in a box, that way it doesn't get lost and we keep ourselves organized. Any laptops that are in need of repair, an MIS ticket will need to be created. I understand that many of you do not have your laptops in your rooms. Please know that if there are any laptops that are of concern, just make a note when you're doing your checkout. Books and textbooks, interesting. We have new adoptions for next school year. So that means that any kinder through 8th grade math, 7th through 8th grade ELA, 6th through 8th grade social studies, and 4th through 8th grade science books or textbooks or any materials will need to be boxed and labeled to be discarded, as we will have new adoptions next school year. Again, these items can be discarded, but they need to be boxed up and just labeled discarded, and you can just state what exactly is in there, such as science materials, 7th and 8th grade, discard please. And then you can leave them in your classroom and we'll go ahead and discard those for you. Other books, textbooks are to be neatly stored in your classroom closet and organized, please. If there's any other items you're deciding to keep that are not any of these other textbooks or materials, please make sure that they are organized and neatly placed in shelves. So when we go in to clean, it's available. The countertops are available. Benchmark advanced materials need to be inventoried, labeled, and neatly stored in the book room. Please note that there is an inventory document. I understand that some of you did not receive all your materials this school year. Please notate that as well, and notate whatever items you are still missing so I can continue to speak to district regarding this. Be sure textbooks, ELA books are clear of any marking. So anything that you have, anything that needs to be restored, such as taping or such as erasing any markings on it, please do so. With that being said, we move on to classroom sign out. Classroom teachers sign up in the Whittier social distancing and end of year checkout schedule, which I already went over prior to this document, to have your classroom checked off. Classroom checks will begin on May 18th at 10 a.m. And you have seen the schedule also. Closets must be clean and organized. Boxes should be labeled with your room number and stacked either on countertops or on laminate flooring to make it easier for cleaning. I already went through this information also. Walls must be clean. Remove staples from all walls. The only thing that can be left on walls is butcher paper with borders if you are staying in the same classroom for next school year. If you have any instructional posters that need to remain up, such as sentence frame bubbles, please, that would be okay, as long as they are not hanging off of the wall and then it'll fall and then they'll be in the trash. So just be careful. If there's anything that needs to remain on your walls, go ahead and just ensure that they stay on your walls. With their CUE folder guidelines, Maria and Luz will go ahead and help us with that. However, as educators, we are responsible for pieces of this. The office works hard to keep our CUE files in order. So whenever you go through a student's file, please do not change the order of the documents. This makes the end of year procedures run more smoothly. At the end of the year, all classroom teachers need to complete the following. Report cards. Completed report cards must be printed for each student and placed in files. 45-day screeners. Check each student and ensure that he or she has a 45-day screener. If it's missing, teachers need to create one to place in a file. Blue ELD folders. Do not add or remove any documents unless requested to do so by Mr. Rodriguez or Mr. Short. At the beginning of 2020, 2021 school year, you will need to update test data information. That's next school year. Pardon the typo there. I will go back and correct it. Please refile all Q folders in numerical order. The only exceptions are for 8th grade teachers. 8th grade teachers will be contacted to prepare Q folders for the district. Additional information will be provided. An update with that, Maria has been working on the Q folders. Also, she will communicate with you if there's anything else that needs to be added. However, in the meantime, she is continuing to work with the 8th grade Q folders. If office spot checks find the contents of your Q files have become disorganized throughout the year, you will be contacted to schedule a time to assist with reordering the documents. Again, let's be detailed in our work. Let's ensure that we are helping one another and helping our front office maintain these important documents in order. It is for the well-being of our students and our school to ensure that we are under compliance. Cleaning and work orders. All used consumables may be kept or disposed. This is at your discretion, at teacher's discretion. All bookcases need to be neat and orderly. Teacher desk and area need to be cleaned and reorganized. As we know, we have a table, which is our desk, and also the bookcase that has the locking key. Please make sure that you have that locking key, and if you have lost it or misplaced it, please let us know, as we will try to purchase new ones. With that being said, ensure that you are secure in your personal items or you take those home. Again, if it's best if you do take them home. However, you can keep them in your classroom if you choose, but you need to secure your personal items. Countertops need to be cleared off, put in a box, or moved to one side. Work orders for classroom repairs are to be turned into Mr. Stage, to Kevin Stage. Again, any work orders that are needed to be addressed in the classroom need to be turned into Mr. Stage. The first aid kit also needs to be turned into Nurse Carol. Please ensure that you also do that. If Nurse Carol is not on campus, you can also hand it to our front office and they can sign off on your sign out sheet. Any teachers who are moving, such as resigning, transferring, retiring, or switching rooms, please make sure that everything is boxed and is clearly labeled with your appropriate destination. Ensure that you have your name and new school and room number to ensure that we get your materials to the right place. Again, for those of you who are staying on campus and are just switching rooms, I will update you with the room number that you will have for next school year. Moving forward, please remember all materials purchased with funds allocated to Whittier students are to remain at Whittier. Example, PD binders, posters, books, trade books, teaching materials, paper, and office supplies. With that being said, that's the end of that document. It is a lot of information. That's why it's best if you have it now. And if you have any questions, please let me know. With that being said, now we'll go into the sign out checklist of 2019-2020. I will stop sharing my screen and I will share it again just to ensure that you are able to see my actual screen. So this is the sign out checklist, end of your sign out checklist. All staff members must hand in this sign out checklist with the proper initials when turning in keys on May 21st. If you are checking out May 18th, you may do so as well during that time or any other time before May 21st. With that being said, please shelf, organize, and label any materials you bring to the book room. Avoid using the book room as a dump zone. Thank you. Again, Benchmark Advanced or any ELA materials that are being brought to the book room, please ensure that you are organizing them in the book room on a bookcase and it's labeled with the grade level and your name to know exactly who it belongs to. Nothing should be left on top of tables. Everything should be on a bookcase where it's labeled and we know what materials go to what grade level. Again, I will not go through this whole document, but if you notice, this is the description of items. This is who you must get initials from. And this is the designee's initials and comments regarding what you demonstrated to them as you were doing your checkout. So this is classroom check. I'll go in and explain more in details items that I have not discussed throughout this video. So classroom check, sign up in the online document and confirm with Ms. Mariscal for room check. So just ensure that you are confirmed with Ms. Mariscal for the room check based off of that online document. Room checks will begin at 10 a.m. the week of May 18th. Pardon that typo again. I'll go ahead and correct it. And ensure that you do sign up. Math materials, boxed and labeled to discard. Again, anything that has to do with kinder through 8th grade math materials, teacher guides, teacher resources and textbooks, reading materials 7th through 8th grade, any reading materials will need to be discarded as well. If there are any phonics kits that can be stored, those can be stored in the book room as well on the bookshelves. Science and social studies materials, as we know, those should be discarded. If you're planning on keeping any materials, just know that you shelve them and keep them organized. But any materials such as textbooks or anything else must be discarded. This is for all 4th through 8th grade teachers only. Kinder through 3rd grade, we are not discarding anything that has to do with science and social studies. ELA books, your benchmark advanced kinder through 6th grade need to be inventoried and stored in the book room. Materials must be on bookcases and organized by grade level. No materials on the tables. CUE folders, all CUE folders must be completed by May 21st, included any 45-day screeners. If you're choosing to sign out or turn in this sign out checkout, on the 18th or 19th, please make sure that you have received the signature from Ms. Olivares, initials from Ms. Olivares, so we can do the full classroom checkout. ELD files, again, must be completed by May 21st unless you are doing your checkout prior to that. MTSS case files, any student data collected since last meeting should be submitted to Ms. Bicker. We will have a box in the front office where you can turn in any student data collected since last meeting. First aid kit, I listed Ms. Mariscal and Ms. Olivares there, as Nurse Carol is not on campus every day. Ms. Mariscal and Ms. Olivares are on campus and they can support with the first aid kit turned in as well. Media center materials, we already went over that. This would be Ms. Sheck. Radios, if you do have a radio, they go to Ms. Mariscal and Ms. Olivares. We will need your summer address and your phone number. Please ensure that as you're checking out, you write it in here. Now with teacher computers, an update with that, we will not be collecting teacher computers. District will not update nor collect teacher computers this school year. If you choose to keep your computer, just keep it safe. If you're wanting to keep it safely stored on our campus, please turn it into Luz or Maria and have them initial here and we'll store it. Please ensure that you also turn in your charger as you're turning in your laptop. But again, there is no need for you to turn in your laptop. If you wish to keep it, go ahead and keep it. However, if you wish to keep it safe there on our campus, you can turn it into Luz or Maria. Student computers, we've discussed that already. Any work orders need to be given to Mr. Stage. Keys, file cabinet keys need to be given to Luz or Maria. Office supply wish list. This is something new this school year. I wanted to ensure that you all had your materials to begin the school year with. I requested a wish list. Please include things you really need and any additional items that you'd love to have in your classroom. Lists may include unusual office supplies, such as if I'm a 3rd grade teacher, I need 50 red folders for certain projects, well, then that's what I would request. Office will order the usual office supplies, but I included this document here, 2020-2021 office supply wish list. This is what I really need, and these are items that I would love to have. And again, a need, and a want. And we will try to do our best to purchase whatever it might be. We do order from Office Depot, so you can speak to Luz regarding what all that you may love to have, and then we'll go from there. But again, these are items that we will go off of the need, and then we will go into the would love. But we would love to help you out with that as well. Here in this document, you will record any work orders that are needed for repairs in the classrooms. Again, just make sure that you complete the work order and that you list it here on the document. That's it for this document. I'll give you a little bit of time as I stop sharing my screen. I will go back to the actual online folder to be able to go on to the next document. The next document is the classroom end of year inventories. So as you notice, we already discussed science textbooks. Only 4th through 8th grade science materials will be packed and discarded. Again, box those up and just label discard. Any kinder through 3rd grade textbooks or science materials, please keep and organize those science permanent kits as well. Anything that has to do with science from 4th through 8th grade need to be discarded. If you choose to keep some items, make sure that they are organized in closets or bookcases. Labeled bookshelves, if you have any bookshelves in your classroom, we will be doing an inventory, and these should all be the mobile furniture. So we'll go ahead and speak about that in a bit. Labeled filing cabinets, to ensure that we protect your filing cabinets, make sure that you label it with your name to ensure that we are keeping the filing cabinets in the right classrooms. Because there's times whenever during the summer, file cabinets or bookshelves come out of the classrooms, and we need to ensure that we are putting them in the right classroom. If you have pencil sharpeners that are not working, please discard those and let the office managers know that you need a working electric pencil sharpener. We purchased a lot last school year, so we're ready to provide you with new pencil sharpeners. Hall passes, we need those back as we prepare new hall passes for next school year. Please ensure that you look diligently throughout all your belongings in your classrooms and you provide those hall passes back to our office managers. It is important that we have those back. Benchmark advanced materials inventory lists are here in this hyperlink, and also mobile furniture are here in this link. In this hyperlink, you will click on that hyperlink and it will take you back to our Google folder. The hyperlink will also give you the list per grade level of what items you should have in your classroom. These items are to be labeled and kept in the book room just to ensure that we have them safe. And if there's any items that you still need, please make sure that you list those items that you did not receive. There's many of you who emailed me those items. Please go back to that email, print it out, or type it up if you have it and include it in your checkout. The list that I will be going to is mobile furniture. If you notice, any furniture that was removed and or moved to another classroom will need to be returned to the original classroom. Please note on the inventory sheet if missing an item that was requested by admin. We will locate it for you. So again, if it's an item that I requested and I pulled out, for example, from first grade classrooms, just notate the items that are missing from your list. I have great news. I also purchased an additional table for our K2 friends. So in your inventory, you will see an additional table. And you can just list that you're missing that table and I know where it's coming from. Again, mobile furniture inventory is on this hyperlink. I will stop sharing my screen so I can pull it up through that link, and then we will go ahead and look through it so I can explain it in a little bit detailed manner. This is the Whittier classroom furniture list. If you notice, it's kindergarten. It tells us exactly the quantity of the item. It gives you the description and the image, so you should be able to see what the item is and recognize it. Yes, all furniture is coming back into the classroom to ensure that we keep it inventoried in case there's any requests from district, and we're keeping count of just how we're utilizing our funds there at Whittier. These are the items, and it tells you here to the left the number and the picture of it. So I will scroll all the way down so we can notice that here's the first and second grade classroom furniture list. If you continue to scroll, you'll find the third and fourth grade classroom furniture list. Also, fifth and sixth grade, so on and so forth. You'll find seventh and eighth grade, resource, gifted classroom, our classroom resource list as well. So again, this is based off of the list for our mobile furniture. I will stop sharing that screen as well. And I will go back to the document where we were at. What I shared with you right now, it's this hyperlink that's right here for the mobile furniture. And again, any furniture that was removed must come back to the classroom where it came from. We need to keep an accurate count of our furniture. With that being said, room approval by myself, Ms. Chamberlain, and Mr. Short by May 21st. So if I stop sharing, and then I'll go back to the Google folder, you will see here Benchmark Advanced and Mobile Furniture Inventory List. And here you find the furniture list, and then also you find the Benchmark Advanced Mobile Furniture Inventory List. And I'm going to ensure that you are able to see that Benchmark Advanced Furniture, inventory list. So I just stopped sharing my screen and I opened it up again. So this is the Benchmark Advanced inventory. Please ensure that you click on the correct grade level and list items that you have and items that you do not have so we can replace those. And also the ones that you never received. I know there's some teachers who did not receive the items they were missing last year. So it's very important that we get the list now so we start off the school year with all the materials you need. I know how important it is for you to have all your materials to be able to continue to teach our kiddos. So now, with that being said, that was a lot of information. Let me go back to our PowerPoint so we can go ahead and continue.